Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the Goosebumps video game. So we got back into the hallway and we ran into three kids. This angry girl here says this is her house. I think this is my house, although it's a creepy version of our house. Let's see if we can open this door on the right. And let's see if it will open.
Please?
Like, no, it doesn't open. The only thing I guess is we have this talisman. We can see if we can maybe open the door or get rid of the ghosts. You slam the talisman against the door button in vain. It seems like there's a powerful force keeping the door shut. See if we use the talisman on, I guess, the angry girl. No, she hits the talisman right over your hand. You just want to take all my stuff. Well, you can't. I locked my room. Let's see. Let's give it to the blonde boy. He stares at the talisman and back at you, his hollow eyes bore into you. Let's see. So definitely different responses for the different items. That's not funny. You made him sad. Alright, well, let's then go up the stairs. Staircase leads to the second floor, which could be as big as the first floor, so there's a decent number of rooms, I would imagine. You nervously ascend the stairs into rooms unknown. The staircase connects the first and second floors to the house, and we've got some darkness certainly happening. There's a right hall. There's some portraits. The girl, maybe she looks a little old for the rest of the picture. Who picked this out? Let's see. There's a left hall too. You can't shake the feeling something is missing from this painting. Somebody's head is missing. There. You've never seen this portrait before. Looks like a creepy sea captain. Maybe it's grandpa before you were born. Probably not. Alright. Let's look down the right hall. This hallway leads away from the stairs above the entryway. This is the nearest hallway when you get to the second floor. So we'll go to the right hallway. You turn to the top of the stairs, heading across the landing. The hallway crosses over the entryway downstairs to the furthest reaches of the house. And the house is looking rather decrepit. Records of your family's many adventures. Somehow adventures always meant hours in the car. See, some of your things are in this house, but some of them aren't. The kids in these photos look strangely familiar. So are these the ghost kids? So we had a dust thing happen, where normally this hallway ends with a hatch up to the attic. So I suppose what I'm trying to do is find all the death scenarios, since you're kind of guaranteed that you'll be able to retry. The door opens, but not without some effort. The frame seems a little warped. Are we done? There's a bug skittering inside the light. See, there's nothing over here, even though it clearly seems like there should be something over there. In this big door. Some kind of force has locked the master bedroom. There must be important stuff in there. Let's see if we can open it. Try pushing, you try pulling, but nothing will open the door. It's being held shut. So maybe as I solve puzzles, I can get into more rooms in the house. What made this? It looks like scratchings. Alright, so we're going through this door. You pass through to the next room, dodging a bit of falling plaster as you pass through the doorway. It's just a dead end. The hatch in the ceiling should lead to the attic. Small hatch in the ceiling leads to the attic. It's too high to reach unaided. Of my 25 items that I have, right now. Let's see. Use shrunken head on hallway, on wall. You hear a dull grinding all around you. Is it coming from inside the walls? If you didn't know any better, you'd swear the walls just moved. There's an attic door. It's too hard to reach. There's no doubt about it. The room is shrinking. And it seems like I'm being timed, so let's move out of here. You leave the room. The hallway crosses to the entryway and further into the reaches of the house. So I would need something to stop that room from shrinking, I would guess. You know, in a weird way, this kind of is getting a little creepy. More because it's the unknown. And they really haven't gone too much on the jump scares. The jump scares, you get them... We've seen a couple of them when we die, but that's kind of it. More, this is just environment building. Stand in the upstairs hallway, which seems relatively untouched. We have my room. This leads to your bedroom, just like it should. Your dog's barking. A familiar family photograph, comforting. Although it looks rather blurry from the edge here. What's at the end table? You always thought this end table was a bit spooky looking, but compared to the stuff you've seen today, not anymore. Alright. We have this door. Door leads to the guest room, but something is blocking the door. Really? Can I not open it? There's not even a lock on that door, but it's not opening. Feels like someone's on the other side holding it shut. Okay, and so I can't get into these. Won't open. Mom's right. It is annoying when someone locks your bedroom door. So those ghosts in this house will not let me into certain doors. I've figured it out. Probably taking me longer than it should. The study is still here, where Dad keeps the family computer. Dad's study is locked, like it is always when he's out of town. The key should be somewhere around here. So, I do remember your brother hid under the rug once, the worst hiding seek decision ever. I certainly remember that there was a Goosebumps episode that was from a long time ago, because these Goosebumps as a TV series is really old as a TV series. It gets rerun on Nickelodeon, I'm sure, still even now, but they had one about computers, and there was just a laughable lack of understanding about computers, and just using it as a reason to have something spooky happen. Railing ranks 95 out of 100 on the slightability scale, but you know it's far too dangerous. So I'm just gonna move back downstairs. You hope the situation resolves soon. You'll never get used to ghosts living downstairs. So she's holding at least 2 doors closed. He's holding at least this door closed, and I think he's holding the master bedroom closed. Let's move out the front door. The vibe in here is too much, so you head back outside for some air. You're standing on the porch of a classic haunted house. The porch creak under your feet, and the wind whistles through the bare branches of the nearby trees. Very spooky. Actually, I should have looked at the map. Can I pull up the map? Or do I have to go back in the house and pull up the map? I can go next. And suppose this tells me they're doing something a little bit more with the map, with the hallways and such, making it a little easier. However, just a basic video game element of apparently the infinite room and the laundry room also goes to both floors. Well, or this is the second floor, so the map really doesn't indicate the second floor. And then this indicates that hallway, which is odd because there's been no hallway before. Yeah. I guess what I need to do is go back and deal with this. And I'm questioning whether I'm going to see anything new here as I move further back. Hop down the steps and back to the street. Let's see. And then we're going to move back to the wash. Let's see. So we have an infinite water source here. Maybe if we use it in the deep pool. You squeeze the sponge holding as far as... Nope. I've got all this stuff. On this map, by the way, I guess if I jump down this hole, I'm just gonna die. So, let's just do it. With a dejected sigh, you slip back into the darkness of the pipe tunnel. So, look at the hole, you peer into the darkness, far into the distance you hear the sound of the ocean. Jump. With a running start, you dive into the big black hole. Wow, getting a little bit of an animation there. You fall for what seems like hours, falling and falling. This might have been a mistake. Yes, I was. Okay, and we can load if we're interested in loading from that menu. I feel like at some point jumping still is still worth it. As you reach the tunnel, the sound of splashing footsteps freezes in your back. Who's there? You don't see anyone. Maybe the rabbit came back. Let's see. I'm gonna run out of things to do pretty quick here. Feel like you're being watched. You glance around and can't see anyone, but you're certain there's something out there. Alright. Cut through trees and travel further into the woods. Very large creatures appeared in the clearing. It seems to be grinning as it rubs its paws together excitedly. Let's look at this beast. It's a very furry creature. It's hard to not notice its rows of glistening razor sharp teeth. Would you perhaps like some purple peanut butter? Hold out the purple peanut butter for a moment before the beast swipes it away. Chuckling, he swipes away at your arms too. It looks like you lost the game with the beast from the east. Don't feel too bad. It's a high-level adversary. Let's see. Use peanut butter on sponge. Use jelly jam on sponge. Use jelly jam with peanut butter. I still think I need bread. Do I have any tool that would break a lock? Though. Not really. Backtrack to the bridge. Approach the bridge but pause. There's a rustling in the bushes just now. Something's not right. Look at the trees. Trees stretch up towards the sky. Let's go ahead and climb the trees. Use detergent in the creek. Like, apparently we can do that and that's fine. Supposed to use this on the creek. Use this with this. Yeah, unless we're supposed to use this with this. I'm starting to run out of solutions. Completely. I guess it kind of makes sense to go back to the school and say, hey, teacher, my parents and my brother are missing. And I don't have a clue what's happened here, but my house is now this haunted house place. I need an adult. Will you help me? At least try it. Like, the only adult we've seen, the couple ones we've seen so far have not been super helpful. 3 loud knocks echo through the hall. What in the world do you want? Can a woman read in peace? You quite slink away. Let's open this door. I can't go there. So, I tried. So I think we've hit it. For a kids game, it's too confusing. We've got 3 different challenges, and perhaps if you've read the Goosebumps stories, you would know what to do. But the game, on its own, separately, is not giving me a explanation at all. And there's no right-clicking or anything like that. So let's just call the info and ask for a hint. You dial 411 for hoping for some information on what's going on. 411 will not help you with just general information. All it is a directory lookup service, which is pretty useless since everybody has cell phones or aren't listed in the phone book. A chirpy voice begins to play. Thank you for calling information. Due to an unexpectedly large call volume, all operators are busy. Please use the automated system to seek out the answer to your questions. Okay. And movement, selection, inventory. Your inventory is valuable. It's where you keep all this stuff. You can instantly jump between inventory by pressing the tab button. You can select inventory items the same way as any other objects. As the inventory grows, you won't be able to view everything on a single page. You can navigate using the scroll wheel on your mouse. Main menu. Alright, well, selection. If there's one constant in life, it's selection. We as a species are constantly selecting things. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a way to speed up the natural active selection? Good news, there is. Obviously, the most basic way is to select with the left click. But sometimes you know exactly what you want and don't need a verb menu to get in the way. If that's the boat, try pressing Q instead. This will automatically look at objects. Want to take or use or otherwise interact? E will be that immediately. These shortcuts work with a gamepad too. Left trigger to look and right trigger to interact. Main menu. Oh, does this really have controls? Yeah, I guess I could be playing this with a controller. Which, I guess that kind of makes sense because this probably was planned to be released on consoles of some sort. Although in 2015, what would that be? A Wii U? Xbox 360, PS3? Movement. Lift can be more fulfilling than pointing a cursor and selecting. Life can be more fulfilling than pointing a cursor and selecting options. For example, traveling between areas is a breeze if you press and hold the direction using the arrow keys. You can even use the D-pad if you're using a controller. This is a handy way to identify any unlocked exits from your current area. Main menu. Alright. you get tired of hacking through the phone tree and hang it up. You can always call again later if you have any questions. Okay, well. If I was to guess, the janitor shed has a screwdriver in it. That would be my guess. Maybe. Let's see if we just use this on the trees. You hold the shrunken head forward and feel it vibrate slightly in your hand. You go increasingly dizzy and decide to put it away. Use talisman on darkness. Feel the talisman close and it vibrates a little bit. Neat trick. So is this beast from the east supposed to be like a Wendigo or something? Okay. So now I want to go here and call info. I'm right in front of this. Thank you for calling information. Same response. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Here. Let's give the old shoe to the beast. So there is no hint system. That's basically what I'm getting from this. So use this top hat. Use the top hat on what, the toy dinosaur? Let's look at this book. Like, how could you use the top hat on an invisible creature? Well, I can't. Now would be a good time to go to the neighbors' houses and ask for help too. Just, you know, a random adult in this instance. Van seems undisturbed from earlier, though the stuff inside is still disturbing. So yeah, unless I'm supposed to use the talisman on the coffin, I'm not really sure. Like, am I supposed to use dryer sheets on the coffin? Automatic lawn scent. Am I supposed to use that on the dryer? So yeah, I can use the controller. Good for that, but unless the controller had some kind of snap to items, it's not helping anything. Totally lost here. I'm totally lost, and I think a kid would be totally lost too. game has failed, and I've seen a lot of games do this. I recently played a game called The Seventh Guest, and in the same way, it just fails to give you more a default establishing reason why you want to do certain things or why you wouldn't want to do certain things. And instead you're just kind of wandering around for really no reason. Which that's just odd. See, we have a bike here. Would the bike in any way help? Not really. We can't go to the neighbor's house. I'm just kind of going everywhere. The backyard is peaceful as ever. The back door is unlocked, allowing access inside the laundry room. It's very standard laundry room. The door leading outside makes it a convenient mudroom as well. Okay, the dryer looks like it's done. Tug on the handle and door pulls open immediately. Let's look in the dryer. The dryer is empty. Well, what was in it before? Open the washer. What do I want to wash? Per se. Like, honestly, if I was to take something like the sponge and put it in the washer, won't let me do that. If I was to use this in the washer, it seems like it won't let me do that. If I'm to use this in the washer, you pour what seems like a reasonable amount of soap into the appropriate drawer. Let's go ahead and use the dryer sheets on the dryer. That seems like that is good. We're keeping the dryer sheet. Can we use the purple stuff on the washer? No. Most realistic dinosaur you've ever seen. It's got its skin's got nice bumpy texture. You had toy trucks like this growing up, but it's not one of them. You've never seen it before today. Maybe I'm supposed to use the top hat in the washer to shrink it, or use it in the dryer to shrink it. You place the hat on your head, but it's too small. Guess there's no stage magic in your future. And I can't take the laundry, either one of them. See, this story is just really confused, and I'm gonna have to look up a walkthrough. I really am, because I have no clue what I'm supposed to do. What is this? Coupons. Found a coupon mailing box, looks for some great deals going on at the moment. If we had a solution incomplete, and say the talisman worked, that would be interesting. Or if we could use the shrunken head on everything. Build out the shrunken head, but she's not quite sure of make it. She grins sweetly to be polite. Just use the weed killer on her. Build out the weed killer, but she's not quite sure what to make it of it. It's like, use the shoe on her. Use the book on her. Throw the book at her. It's just the same responses. Like, old ladies like coupons, don't they? Oh man. Oh man, oh man. It's just purple. Feeling vaguely hungry, you decide to bust out the jam. See, in that instance, you eat the jam instead of... Let's give the letter to her. Roll out the letter, but she's not quite sure what to make of it. So you're just getting a default response for everything. Maybe if this paused her? Hold on, it's TV remote. No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the walkthrough and just look through a walkthrough because I have no clue. I literally have no clue. Have I missed half a dozen items laying around? Is there some way to have a conversation with this old lady and talk to her? Let's see. Give her a kiss. Alright. We'll decline that. Let's be suspicious. Last time we demanded proof. Your mother wanted me to look after you today. You're already misbehaving. I don't have an Aunt Dahlia. Well, of course you do. I'm a distant relative. I haven't visited since you were very little. Let's say accept. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm sorry. It's okay, child. Sit down and have some prune juice with your loving aunt saved it for you. Decline. Thanks a lot for listening. That's quite alright. Who can blame you for being on edge with so many strange goings on today? Nod instead of walking away. It's the worst day, you say, relieved to have someone to talk to. It took forever to get out of school. I ran into this creep in the woods. Then this crazed dog nearly bit my face off right outside. I don't know what's going on. That sounds dreadful, just dreadful. You know what perks me right up? Prune juice, why don't you have a little sip? And now it's just like, decline. Maybe a little later, you say, Stine. What doesn't make sense to me is, are they connected? I guess they're not strange on their own, but all these freaky things happening on the same day. You keep talking without much of a point and eventually looping around to your homework you need to cram in tomorrow before class. Aunt Dahlia appears to be nodding off. She shuts her eyes several times already. She's shut her eyes several times already. Let's continue talking and maybe we can make her fall asleep. No reason to stop while you're on the roll. You keep talking, diving into the first subject that comes to mind. Your voice echoes strangely down the adjacent hallways of the otherwise silent house. The story is rudely interrupted by a loud, sharp snore. Aunt Dahlia is asleep, snoring. In fact, you weigh your options. Let her sleep. You sink lower, careful not to make a sound. There's no telling how deeply she's free of the woman's uncomfortable gaze. You turn your attention back to the room. Now, where were you? Alright. So, use the purple stuff on the glass. Being careful not to make a sound, you lean in front of Dahlia and pull the bottle's contents into her glass. She awakens with a start and resumes sipping her glass as if nothing happened. After 7 sips, Dahlia realizes something is wrong and begins coughing. Looks like the prune juice works both ways. What did you do? She claps on the table, clawing towards you. You little punk, how dare you? And she dissolves. You notice a loud hissing sound slowly building from the deep within the woman. She falls to the ground and begins to melt out of existence. Nothing remains in her place except for a small cassette tape. Alright, well, that got rid of the prune juice and made some progress. I don't know. It's a cassette tape for listening to music. This was left behind when Aunt Dahlia melted away. So this music might open more pathways because one of the ghosts said he wanted to listen to music also. So we've made some progress. Let's take the placemat. Oh, apparently we can take things now. Go ahead and take a candle. So apparently we can take a placemat and a candle and some deco plates. You lift the plate gingerly off its pegs and hiding away among your things. What else can we take? Seems like you can take one of everything except for the chair. And we'll leave the prune juice where it is. We don't want that. Swing from the chandelier. You hop on the table and grip the chandelier and walk on one end. Taking 3 steps forward, you pull up your knees and hold the fixture back and forth across the room. Woohoo! Well, that's one of the things I always loved about point and click adventure games, though, is just the silly responses and the silly things you can have the character do. That being said, it's been another 30 minutes. I'm willing to give it another episode, so maybe 15 minutes into the next recording I will say, oh, I'm confused again and I don't know what to do. Almost certainly this is a case of, had I read the Goosebumps books or even seen the Goosebumps episode that was somewhat similar to this, I would have known to just talk the old lady's ear off until she fell asleep and then poured it into her glass. But you're barely getting any suggestion to that at all. There needed to be a line of dialogue where she said she was sleepy or something like that, because that wasn't even something in my mind as an option. Easiest way to do that would have been to have her yawn every now and then, or yawn when you first talk to her, to give an indication that, yeah, that's what she's doing. And if she was calling the prune juice my energy prune juice or something to helps keep me awake, give a line of dialogue like that, then that would make some sense too, to point us in the right direction. I'm still very frustrated with this game, since it's supposed to be for kids, because it's too complicated. Anyways, we've gone late. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, friend me on Steam, gift me a game. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.